The Strain. This week, it looks like they're gathering their forces, pretty much. They're using, E is creating their biochemical weapon that he's about to launch on the entire city. You got the Ancients gathering their forces together with Qui-Gon Bone, who's like this badass. Then the Master's acquiring a new body plus the Spider Kids. So everybody's getting their forces ready this video. Let's talk.
Gather the elders and let's talk.
So this week on The Strain, we see the SWAT team go around door to door forcing people to leave their homes. Nothing like a little martial law to piss everybody off. The government always thinks that shit works, but no, people hate that. Even the Bulgarian woman's like, you can't make me leave my home. He said, look, old lady, I don't give a fuck if this is your home. You gotta get the fuck out. So now we go in door to door, everybody's kicking stuff in, kicking people out, and then they run into these little ugly motherfuckers they want to call the Spider Kids. Now, a couple of episodes ago, I don't know if you guys saw that, but the Spider Kids were like these blind kids, and they turned them into vampires. Now, these little motherfuckers are fast as hell. I mean, but the first scene, it looked like she bit the guy on his dick. It kind of looked kind of disturbing, real disturbing. So after she like got done sucking his dick with her vampire like talon, he tried to shoot her little ass down. Shooting her little ass down didn't work too much. She's doing backflips, cartwheels, somersaults. She's doing the whole nine around this fucking house. You'd think she was on the cast of Spider-Man or something. These little Spider Kids are like hard as hell to kill. Like, they didn't even get a shot off on one of them. And trust me, they were shooting at these little kids point blank range and still couldn't get to them. Tried to take this SWAT guy down the stairs. This little boy was on the freaking wall. I mean, this kid he took it out of Spider-Man. You could tell. This little kid, he watched Spider-Man a lot when he was human, because he was doing all the Spider-Man moves like he was trying to be fucking Peter Parker or something. He even jumps on top of this one SWAT guy's back and starts trying to bite him. I was like, oh man, these SWAT dudes don't stand a chance. Now versus the regular vampires, they're kicking ass. Versus these Spider Kids, no, they're getting their ass kicked. I mean, this little boy he climbed up and went up the roof shaft, and they still couldn't get to him. It's definitely true. Mama's feeding her babies those Wheaties. So the old man's back on the move, and he's trying to get the oxypidolumin, and he goes to a local drug dealer and says, hey, you got this book? And he says, well, I don't got the book, but I'll take those watches. That old Jewish motherfucker's been through the Holocaust. He'll chop your fucking head off. He said, well, just take my car. He said, okay, but I can find the book for you. He said, alright, take the watch as a down payment. No reason Jewish people and black people can't work together. So then we go back to L. L decides to shave his head. Since he decides to shave his head, he wants to hide the chemical biological weapon in an urn for his wife. So he asks his son, hey, what do you think about my head being shaved? He said, well, Dad, you kind of look like that creepy motherfucker from Ant-Man. He said, that's not nice to say. I just shaved my head. You could lay back on the jokes, okay? He said, well, Dad, you kind of look like Dr. Evil now. He said, you know what, that's it. Just shut up, get your little ungrateful butt over here and give your old pappy a hug. Okay? I don't know, they've been having daddy and son issues like ever since the first episode. So the councilwoman proceeds to yell at everybody, hey, we gotta keep you here to do scans and tests. You guys, it's gonna take a couple of days. Then the doctor's like, why is it gonna take a couple of days? It's gonna take a couple of days because we gotta run all these tests. The doctor lets you know, I can do it in 5 minutes. Well, get your ass to work then. You should have told the authorities how to check for it a long time ago. But, I mean, come on. I guess since you're being hunted, you can't tell other people. And then the big ass dude, he's like super pissed because, I mean, he can't hunt rats and he got locked up. Some bullshit. And the SWAT guy's like, well, we could always use another 2 bodies, especially because of Spider Kids. And then, well, what the fuck is a Spider Kid? Oh, and then the councilwoman definitely got a taste of her own medicine because now she's got to take out her own cousin because he got bit. He was one of the SWAT guys who got bitten in the earlier part of the episode. And then Etheridge Palmer had a little scene with that Coco LaVoche Marchand. He had a little scene with her, and it's like boring as fuck. No one cares about the love story they got going. So now we skip that, and we see that the SWAT and our home team are working together now. So SWAT, you know, shows them like, hey, we can just shoot these motherfuckers in the head, no more vampire. And then, you know, your boy, the rat catcher, he shows them how to catch vampires in the wall. He shows them how to dodge them. Then even the hacker chick, Dutch shows them like, hey, you know, I'm just not here for show. I'll show you guys how to blow up fucking vampires in the vent. And, you know, SWAT had no idea that silver affects them and stuff like that. I mean, it's like, yo, you guys can't tell these things are vampires yet? I mean, come on. They can't even come out during the daytime. Let's think. So she says, fire in the hole, and then tosses down the bomb, and it blows up like every fucking vampire in sight. He's like, oh, well, now I see what the silver's for. Corny ass punchlines. I'm like, look, they gotta get a badass in this show, because right now the only person who's a badass is Gus, and he wasn't even in the whole episode. Well, Gus and the Jewish guy, you know, the Abraham, he's pretty tough. You know, Gus is pretty tough, but other than that, I mean, it's like everybody else is mediocre. But I guess that's what happens when you throw a regular group to save the world. You know, regular people. You know, and even Elle had to toss the old director out the window because, hey, he was gonna go on the train and tell the cops and have him arrested. So, and then at the end of the episode, we enter your boy, Gunlin Bone. So Gunlin Bone, I don't know much about him, but my brother was telling me about him. He said Gunlin Bone is one of the toughest guys that the ancients have. So they summoned him because basically their other guy got killed a couple episodes ago, and now he's going to take on the Masters. So I definitely don't trust Fitzwilliams. I think Fitzwilliams is probably going to play double agent, and he's still going to be loyal to Palmer because he's a house slave, man. He hasn't broken that mentality in a week. And then Gunlin Bone, I mean, he looks like a tough dude, but I don't know if he's going to work with Gus or not because he kind of looks like a loner. Like the last guy had his own team. It looks like everyone's getting their forces ready. So all in all, good episode. All in all, good talk. Subscribe, please.